Hi, welcome to Pleasure Sports. Today we're going to take a look at the new Roxy Syncro in two colors. This is actually the gray with the ombre that fades from green under the arms to blue. And behind the suit is another one. It is a black wetsuit, and it has a ombre from orange to sort of a pinkish purple. So you'll see here purple color, and then you'll see the orange to purple fade ombre. It's just an effect. It's like a gradient, and it's really nice. It's really beautiful. Take a look at this particular one, the gray one. You can see where the hits of color are. You've got one over the left knee. You've also got a nice chartreuse logo, double-backed Roxy logo on the right knee. You can see here the accent color on the left knee. This particular suit is a 4.3 millimeter, identical in construction, both suits. What we're just seeing is two different colorways. In the 4.3, this is a little bit colder water suit, about 55 degrees and up. If you happen to get cold easily, you can kind of throw the temperature rating out all the way. If you get cold, and you get cold at, say, 60 degrees, it's okay to wear a suit rated for 55 because you tend to have maybe less body fat or not as high a blood pressure. So you got to pick the suit that's right for you. But standard, this is for 55 degrees. And up. And what we have here is in the core body, we have a thick neoprene in the core, which is 4 millimeters. And in the arms, we have a 3 millimeter neoprene. The arms are thinner because we tend to move the arms more when we move around. And say this particular suit's a multi-sport wetsuit, meaning it's commonly known as a surfing wetsuit, but it's a crossover suit. It can be used for one atmosphere diving. So shallower diving. It can also be used for stand-up paddleboard, splunking, all kinds of things. So great wetsuit all around. Nice thinner arms in the upper body, up in the shoulders as well. Thicker in the core, trying to keep your core protected from the elements because your core's actually got your organs in here, and we want those to stay warm so they pump the warm blood out to the extremities. Taking a look at the back of the suit, we have this shark skin paneling, and this is wind resistant and also water repellent. It's to let water hit it and drip off very fast and not allow wind to penetrate it. The outer neoprene is laminated with a thin material on the outside, and that's to protect the neoprene so it doesn't tear. And that outer coating can sometimes absorb water, but we don't want that to happen in the core because we want the core to stay nice and warm. In this 4.3 suit, and generally 4.3 wetsuits in general, are typically glued and blind stitched, GBS. The letter G is in George, boy, S is in Sam. And what that means is this seam, all these seams in production, they're first glued together, the neoprene's glued together, then we have a stitching put through, a specific kind of stitch for a cold water suits called blind stitching, and that doesn't go all the way through. So you don't actually see stitching here on the inside because it only goes through halfway of this thin neoprene. So it's pretty amazing what you can do in production with the needle because it's not coming all the way through. And why you don't want the needle to go all the way through is because it's going to create thousands of pinholes in the suit where water can leak in. In a glued and blind stitch suit, I'll show you a little effect here. You can pinch off a part of it. You can blow air. And you can see here that the seam is airtight. So I'm squeezing as hard as I can. And these seams are airtight. So if they're airtight, you can imagine they're pretty watertight. We don't want water to leak into our suit. We want the water that does get in our suit to stay there. It's a thin layer between our skin and the wetsuit so that we stay nice and warm because our body's heating up that water. So we have a glued and blind stitch suit here. This suit is also made in a little bit thicker version, and you'll see that also on our website. It's a 5-4-3. 5 in the core, 3, and 5, 4, and 3. So you'll see in certain parts of the suit, it's thicker, and then a little bit thinner towards the extremities, and even a little bit more thinner. We're really trying to keep the legs and the chest at 5, legs at 4, arms at 3. Let me show you a little bit more about the Syncro. Very advanced suit for its price point. Years ago, maybe only 2, this would be a very high-end suit. And now what we have is this is considered to be an intermediate suit, and it has a lot of high-end features in it. Some things I want to show you is we don't want seams under the arms, because that way we can stretch naturally under the arms. And we really don't want them in the shoulders, so we can stretch this really stretchy neoprene. It's 100% stretch neoprene. This is Roxy's FN Lite neoprene. And it's also a suit that has really amazing technical properties on the inside that I want to show you. So we have an adjustable collar here. It's Velcro. And then we have another piece of Velcro, and this is to help prevent the zipper from ever falling down. On the inside here, because again it's a 4-3, we're going to see another piece of neoprene. And this is a barrier. This is a water barrier. If water tries to penetrate the zipper, and it will, it hits this barrier, which has a laminate on it. Laminate's keeping you warmer. It's also wicking water away from your body to drain out of the suit. And this becomes a floodgate for you. So water is flushed through the zipper. And if it does get through the zipper, there's a nice little pinhole here at the bottom, and the water gets to drain out of it away from you. Too much water in the suit causes your body to have to work really hard to keep warming up all that new water that comes in, and then all of a sudden you find yourself chilly. So you want your suit to fit right, and you don't want your suit to have extra water it doesn't need. This inner material on the inside of the suit is called a dry flight laminate. This is an infrared heating technology fabric, and it's really just driving the heat back towards your core, again, keeping you warm. Okay? So you see that infrared laminate, that dry flight material on the chest and on the back. Again, looking to keep your core nice and warm. So you're going to see it all through here. Another thing that I want to point your attention to is you have a nice little key stash loop here. Don't put an electronic key in your suit. It will get damaged because water does get in the wetsuits. So be careful there. Nice solid zip. You can see how technically accurate the seam is and the seals on this suit. We'll go ahead and close it. We have a smoothie collar right here. This is a glide skin. Again, this type of unlaminated neoprene allows it to stick to your skin really well and create a seal so water doesn't flush into the suit. A couple other things I want to show you that you get. You get nice abrasion-resistant knee pads. Excellent stretch in the suit. Again, this is a little bit thicker suit, and what you're getting is a really nice stretch in the material because it's 100% of their high-tech neoprene called FN Lite neoprene. So I just want to show you some close-ups on the knees. Nice color logo on the back of the leg. Show you the back of the suit. Really nice piece. This particular color happens to be one of our top-selling suits, and we're doing some surveys, and what we're realizing is because it's not solid black in really hot climates, if you're partially out of the water, partially in the water, this tends to reflect some of the heat off of you, and so you don't overheat, which is really interesting. So great color this season, and it's a limited edition, so they won't always carry gray. This is has always been a great seller. Black wetsuits are like the top-selling wetsuits in the industry. A little bit of that's changing in the women's marketplace, and so you're really seeing these like bright hits of color. And this is an absolutely stunning suit as well. So if I missed any detail, again, this is the Roxy Syncro, glued and blind stitched, 4.3mm wetsuit. If I missed any details, you can learn more on our website at pleasuresports.com.